All right, we are switching gears in a big way now, turning our attention to finances, global finances really. Greece's failure to pay a huge interest payment. Dr. Glen Duerr is an assistant professor of international studies at Cedarville University. Thank you for joining us to talk about this and putting it into perspective, because it can seem a world away, and we'll get to that. So first, I want to start with a three-pronged question. How did Greece get to this point? Do you ever foresee a situation where the United States could wind up in these kind of financial straits? And then how do you see Greece getting out of this? How do you see this ending?
Well, thank you for having me. These are
Absolutely.
Great questions. Primarily two reasons. First is that Greece violated two of the big no-nos of the Eurozone. One is 3% budget deficit year over year. It's exceeded that many times. And then the second one is a debt-to-GDP ratio of over 60%. It is now about 175%, which is way, way too high. But having said that, 18 of the 19 Eurozone members have violated both of those. Only little Estonia is the only one that hasn't. To answer your second question on the United States, if our debt-to-GDP ratio continues to increase, then we could foreseeably get to a situation close to Greece. There are other indicators of Greece, like the size of the public sector, that suggest that the United States will not get there. But the U.S. debt-to-GDP ratio is 105% right now. That's a bit dangerous. And so it's beginning to get to that dangerous area.
Okay, and the third part of that question, then, how does this end for Greece?
The European Union, and I've been there several times, is a pragmatic organization. It tends to work out its differences. I think there'll be a last-minute deal. The question is whether Prime Minister Tsipras of Greece will be able to go back to his population and be able to provide greater austerity measures. He won his election on pushing against austerity, and if he does that, it could cause a real bind for him, but it may create a good door for Greece to exit.
Okay, and secondly, you kind of answered this on the second part of that three-pronged question I posed to you. In regards to this happening in the United States, why should we really care about what is happening and unfolding in Greece right now?
Well, it's causing significant economic instability. If you're looking at the market today, a 350-point drop. There's real instability, real problems ahead. But Greece is only really the tip of the iceberg. Greece has a population of less than the number in Ohio. Its economy is fairly small. So Greece is really the tip of the iceberg. If countries like France and Italy, which are two of the top 10 economies in the world, if Spain get into similar situations, that's where there's a real danger. And so Greece is almost like an example case. And if it goes poorly, potentially other things could happen in those other cases.
Okay, switching gears, and this is going to make sense why we're talking about this, from finances to football, as you call it, across the pond. We're talking about soccer. The American women have made it to the finals. This is exciting for them. It's going to be redemption. They've been here before a few years ago. And we should note that why I bring this up is because you played in the minor league system here in North America and spent time as a broadcaster, too, for Fox Soccer Channel. So you know what you're talking about when it comes to soccer. Put this game into perspective. And I mean, it's the finals. So tell us what this means to Team USA. And in your opinion, can they win it?
The United States have made it to the final. They beat Germany 2-0 last night. They will play the winner of Japan and England. They play today. Japan was the finalist in 2011, beat the United States on penalty kicks. England is the Cinderella story. Really, I didn't expect them to get right past the round of 16. I expect Japan to win today, and I really do think the United States has the team to win this time. The question mark for me, though, is who will score the goal or two. Japan has only conceded 2 goals. The United States has only conceded 1 goal this entire tournament, so it's going to be a very close game. Who will score the winning goal? And if the United States can answer that question, I think they'll win.
Dr. Duerr from Cedarville University taking us on a tour from Greece to back here to talking about soccer and finances. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir.